I be real careful because Lori, boy, she be in my. I can't make no mistakes. I can't make stuff. I saw one of her exes somewhere at a game somewhere, and I shook his hand. Boy, I can't even touch his no more. I better not acknowledge him or look at him or nothing no more. So I'm off limits. If you are ex, your is my ex too. That's the rule. The rule in our house is any boy that's an ex, he's now my ex too.
He wasn't ready because when a woman finds a good one, then that's what you're looking for. But I will say that she's young still, you know what I mean? And I too was looking forward to them making it because I thought, oh, you know what? She's been looking for someone to keep on her arm to be able to have a relationship with that is meaningful and is successful, because we know that the girl gonna keep her somebody that is gonna be newsworthy, you know. But well, I think,
damn, Lisa Ray.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, she ain't no joke. She ain't. And her mama, Marjorie, my girlfriend, she gonna make sure that she doing and navigating the right way, because she gonna make sure that she is. And I think every mother should do that, you know. But I think at the same time, she's young. I think the established relationship that Michael did have before this one, I think that maybe that social media, that all of that was a lot for him. And I think that he, you know, I heard about his ex, and him was so serious that he may have...
White women. Did you cut off white women during that
Come
period?
on, man. Why was that go back there? I like women, period. All women. Everybody's on the table.
Okay.
What's the craziest rumor you've ever heard about yourself?
That I don't date black women.
Yes, I'm on vacation right now, okay? I'm traveling around. And newsflash, okay? All right? Yeah. There's not a lot of black women in Italy, okay? It's not. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's not, okay? Y'all plug it. I read through the comments and shit. Y'all tearing your boy up. It's too much, man. Y'all doing too much.
Lori, I was going to cut her off, and she just went, "Daddy, stop." That was all she said was, don't play. Because Lori really thinks she's the special one. She really does. Lori, I told her I was going to cut her off because she's making a lot of money right now, and I was going to cut her off, and she just started laughing. And then she said, well, and you're not going to speak to me anymore? I said, yeah, I'll still talk.
Oh, this one? It's messy, it's petty, and it might just be karma making a full circle moment. Word on the street is that Michael B. Jordan allegedly sent Lori Harvey straight to voicemail when she tried to congratulate him on his Oscar win and didn't bother calling back. Now insiders are whispering that Lori is down bad over it. And the real twist? The tea is supposedly being poured from inside the house, courtesy of her own stepsister Brandy Harvey. If true, this isn't just about a missed call. It's about regret, reputation, and a relationship that people never stop talking about. The timing couldn't be more brutal. Just as Michael B. Jordan is standing at the absolute peak of his career, Oscar in hand, Hollywood at his feet, whispers start circulating that when Lori Harvey tried to reach out and congratulate him, he allegedly let that call go straight to voicemail and never looked back. Not a text, not a call back, nothing. And suddenly, what should have been a clean, triumphant moment turns into something a lot messier. Because now the narrative isn't just about success. It's about who got left behind. Insiders are hinting that Lori didn't expect to be ignored like that, especially not now. And what really has people raising eyebrows is the rumor that this tea isn't coming from outsiders. It's allegedly being leaked from inside the family, with Brandy Harvey quietly stirring the pot. And if that's true, this isn't just post-breakup awkwardness. This is personal. Behind the scenes, it's reportedly not pretty. Word is Lori is taking this harder than anyone expected, and the Harvey household has been anything but calm. Marjorie Harvey is said to be stepping into full-on mom mode, consoling her daughter late into the night, while headlines keep pouring in, each one tying Michael's success back to their breakup, like it's part of his origin story. And that's where the sting really hits, because this isn't just gossip anymore. It's humiliation playing out in real time, at the exact moment the world is celebrating the man she once walked away from. Every headline, every comment section, every viral post is asking the same question without even saying it outright. Did she make the biggest mistake of her life? And that's what makes this whole situation hit differently, because not that long ago, this was the relationship everybody believed in. When Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey went public back in late 2020, it didn't feel like a fling. It felt intentional. He wasn't moving like someone just passing time. He was showing up like a man with a plan. Family introductions, holidays together, real commitment energy. This wasn't casual, and people noticed. Even Steve Harvey, who doesn't exactly hand out approval easily, made it clear he respected Michael and the way he treated Lori. That alone told you everything you needed to know. The public wasn't just watching, they were invested. This looked like Endgame, the kind of relationship that moves quietly but steadily towards something permanent, which is why the breakup hit like a plot twist nobody saw coming. Out of nowhere, Lori pulled the plug, and her reasoning? She wanted to focus on herself, enjoy her freedom, and live life on her own terms. And listen, on paper, that sounds empowering, but in reality, it split the audience right down the middle. Because while Lori was outside, traveling, posting, and seemingly unbothered, Michael was moving very differently. The energy around him shifted. You didn't need a statement to see it. He looked like a man who had been all in and got blindsided. Suddenly, the conversation became less about a mutual split and more about whether Lori had just walked away from something real. Independence or fumble. Depending on who you ask, the answer changes. But then things got even messier, because that's when the narrative started to spiral out of control. Enter Lisa Ray McCoy, who didn't just add fuel to the fire. She practically lit the match. Rumors started circulating that the breakup wasn't about Lori wanting freedom at all, but about alleged cheating on Michael's end, tied to an ex. And the problem wasn't just the rumor itself. It was the silence that followed. Michael didn't address it. Lori didn't shut it down. And in the court of public opinion, silence doesn't read as neutral. It reads as confirmation. Suddenly, the story wasn't about a relationship ending. It was about betrayal, and people started picking sides based on narratives that may or may not have been true. The real question became, who was controlling the story, and why wasn't anyone correcting it? And hovering over all of this was a conversation that had already been following Michael for years, his dating history. Critics were quick to revive old claims about his preferences, trying to fit him into a box he's repeatedly said doesn't exist. In interviews, he's been consistent. He likes women, period. No categories, no exclusions. But once a narrative takes hold, it's hard to shake, especially when it's being amplified during a breakup that already has people looking for someone to blame. Still, while all of this noise was building, Michael chose a different route. No public clapbacks, no messy interviews, no online back and forth. He stayed quiet, stayed focused, and let his work speak for him. And now, with an Oscar sitting in his hands, that silence is starting to look less like avoidance and more like strategy. While the internet was busy debating, accusing, and dissecting every angle of the breakup, Michael B. Jordan did something that in hindsight might have been the smartest move of all. He said absolutely nothing. No interviews to defend himself, no cryptic posts, no messy back and forth. He let the rumors fly, let the narratives build, and quietly disappeared into his work. And that's where the real shift happened. Because while people were talking, he was transforming. Role after role, project after project, he sharpened his craft, leveled up his presence, and positioned himself for something bigger. So by the time he stepped onto that stage and accepted one of the biggest honors of his career, it didn't feel sudden. It felt earned. Like he had been building toward that moment in silence. And suddenly, all that noise from before, it started to look irrelevant. Because in the end, he didn't win the argument. He won the outcome. The narrative flipped without him ever needing to touch it. He let them talk while he worked, and now he's the one holding the trophy. But just when it seems like the story should end there, another layer starts to unravel. And this one might be even messy, eh? Because behind the polished image of the Harvey family, there have been whispers for years about tension bubbling under the surface. And now, with Brandy Harvey allegedly being linked to these recent leaks about Lori, people are starting to connect dots that were easy to ignore before. The dynamic between Brandy and Lori Harvey has always felt distant. Not openly hostile, but not exactly warm either. And when you add in the long-standing speculation that Steve Harvey may have a soft spot, some would even say favoritism, toward Lori, it starts to paint a more complicated picture. Because if there's even a hint of rivalry or unresolved tension between siblings, then this situation stops being just about a breakup and starts looking like something deeper, something internal. And if Brandy really is speaking out, intentionally or not, then this isn't just outside gossip. It's family business spilling into the public, and that raises the stakes in a way that changes everything. And then comes the part that has everyone leaning in a little closer, the possibility of regret. Because while Michael B. Jordan is out here collecting accolades and solidifying his place at the top, Lori Harvey is reportedly watching it all unfold from a very different position. The same man she once walked away from is now being celebrated on a global stage. And whether she admits it or not, people are wondering what that feels like. Especially now that there are murmurs about her possibly reconnecting with Damson Idris, which only adds another layer to the narrative. Is this her genuinely moving forward, doing what makes her happy like she said she would? Or is this what it looks like when someone starts circling back, trying to find something familiar after realizing what they lost? Because those are two very different stories, and right now, the line between them is blurry. And that's where this whole situation leaves us, right in the middle of a debate that doesn't have a clean answer. Did Lori Harvey fumble a man who was ready, committed, and ultimately destined for greatness? Or did she make the right choice for herself at the time, even if it doesn't line up with how things turned out? Because timing matters, growth matters, and sometimes the right decision doesn't look right in hindsight. Meanwhile, Michael B. Jordan stands as the clear winner in this chapter, unbothered, accomplished, and seemingly unaffected by the noise that once surrounded him. But whether this story is about regret, redemption, or just two people going their separate ways, that part is still up for interpretation. And honestly, that's what makes it impossible to look away.